Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome all new viewers. Natalia with you. Today we will make with you this delicious stuffed mushrooms, the best recipe you can find, and this recipe I created by myself. I put all ingredients together, and this is my family's favorite little treats, so they would ask me to cook at some point every single day. I hope you will find this recipe delicious and your family will love them as well. So now, what do we need for this recipe? Let's get ingredients together and let's start this. What we will need for this recipe: first of all, of course, we need the mushrooms, and here's the mushrooms that I using. This time my husband brought them very big. What we will need to do with them, look at that, they are huge this time. What we need to separate mushrooms from the stem of them. I have to do this. I have in here paper towel that I made just a little bit damp. Never wash your mushrooms because they will absorb water. We don't want that. With the very damp, you just kind of clean it, whatever, maybe a little bit of the sand residue left, and then you will slightly press, break away, put this in a separate bowl, and I usually clean up those sides. Okay, don't throw away, we will need them. So do this, separate everything, and then we will need some shrimp. They already cooked and we usually purchase them frozen, so I defrosted them. How many you want to use them, it's up to you, how much you like. If you don't like shrimp, you can change to the crab artificial meat if you want to, but I have to warn you, the taste will be different with the crab sticks. Your mushrooms will taste more sweet, and it's not really, I tried one time, I did not like it. I like better shrimps. Next we will need some cheese. I use two kind of cheese. Here is the cheddar, mozzarella, we'll call marble cheese, already shredded. Then of course, very important ingredient, it's a Philadelphia cream cheese. We will need the onion. Doesn't have to be the whole onion. I would probably cut in here maybe even half, but because I have today lots of mushrooms, I will chop the whole thing. I have in here some garlic that I will shred in this cute little tool. We will need some pepper, bell pepper. You can use any color you wish. Usually I like to add them just because of the colors, to make it a little bit more pretty. You can use red, you can use yellow, green, whatever you like. I have left only with a yellow one. Usually we buy in a pack of 3 color, yellow, orange and red, and this time only yellow is left, so we will use this today. And of course salt and pepper. So what we're gonna do now, we will chop everything very tiny pieces, as tiny as you can. We will chop pepper, onions, we will chop shrimp. Of course, before we chop, we have to clean them from a tail. And this mushrooms ends, we will cut them as well. And I will get back to you after I done this part. Here's what we have so far. Chopped pepper bell, chopped shrimp, onions and mushrooms. So if you are ready, let's go and fry all this goodness. Okay, my pan now probably hot enough. We will melt butter first. I usually just squish the butter so it gets faster. I would put about on 6 or like medium. First, what I do, I would fry my onions first. We need kind of make it onions a little bit golden first. For this part, I will make my heat actually a little bit higher so it's faster for the purpose of the video. Usually I just leave a medium and do this slowly. Of course, we can speed up the video so it's faster, but just let this golden a little bit. Okay, now when my onions got a little bit golden, I will add peppers. Well, we can add mushrooms at the same time. In here it doesn't matter. Only shrimps I will do later, basically almost in the end, because my shrimps already cooked, so we don't have to. Okay, just a second. If you hear a beep in my Instapot, is cooking chicken right now. Alright, in this point I will add my black pepper and salt to your taste. A little bit at the time. Then when it's cooked, you just check it out if you want to have a more salt or not. So spices is really up your taste, how you like to have. I did many different recipes for the mushrooms. I used to make them with bacon. You can put bacon inside if you like. Catherine, my girl, she don't like pork. She don't eat pork because she likes piglets, so we are not going to put in here any bacon. But this recipe is created by me. You will not find anything like this. Well, you probably will find similar, but this is what I created by myself. So it's my personal recipe that I never shared before, and now I would love you to try it and see if you like it. Now we just will saute it till it's almost kind of mushrooms not crunchy anymore, and bell pepper get a little bit softer. And we just wait now. I like this pan because it's non-sticky. My favorite to cook, especially it's good for eggs for breakfast, to melt cheese. Now I will try a little bit and see if it's salt and pepper good. I can use a little bit more salt. My recipe is a no recipe. You have to remember that. As a little girl, I always used to cook. I just need the ingredients, and rest of I can add, mix and match. So there's never measurements was involved, unless right now I'm looking for some Canadian recipe that call for recipe measurements that I do, but or if I do a dough or some baking bread, yes, I will do by the measurements. But the rest of the food, it's whatever I like, and I really encourage you to try these mushrooms. Your family will love it. Now I will add my shrimp, just to incorporate all ingredients together now, and let shrimp to get a little bit in the mix. I just wanted to make a flip screen on my camera so I can see what I'm recording in here. If you need to add more butter, you can add more butter. If you don't want any butter, you can use oil, but with butter I find my mushrooms will be more creamy and more tasty, of course. But that's okay to even add 50-50 oil and butter. I know it's not very comfortable angle in here. My kitchen is tiny, so that's okay. Maybe when I will renovate, we will have better looking recipe together with you. But if you know me well from my crafty channel, you know that I'm a very simple person. Everything is from my heart, from me to you. Okay, just fry for a few minutes. At this point, we can add garlic. Oh, sorry, you can see my hand. I don't know how to get to the camera view proper way, but just grind your garlic. There. Garlic will give you nice aroma. I love garlic. Make food so much better. They say garlic, one garlic a day, keep a doctor away. So garlic, fresh onions, it's good to incorporate to your food. With some meat or sandwich, it's okay to have a bite of fresh garlic. I actually eat lots of them when I was a kid. Alright, let me get this part. We are finished. I will turn off my oven right now and put this on a bowl. When you just take your mixture off the stove, it's really hot. You can taste right now if it's good for you on salt or on pepper, and let a little bit cool down so it's not very hot, because we will have to add right now cheese, and we don't want the cheese melt too much to the liquid, which it will settle back. But I already hold for a couple minutes. It's not as cold, I mean it's not as hot, but it's still hot. And I'm not gonna wait right now for too long, because I have to speed up and put them in the oven. So I will take it first, this mozzarella cheese, and add just, I don't know how much you like cheese. You see, like a handful, maybe a little bit more, like this. And then I will scoop my cream cheese, literally 2 tablespoons. I'm just getting right off the jar. 2 full tablespoons, and we will mix all this to the equal consistency till cheese incorporate with all the goodness. Smells so good. Delicious. Okay, I think we are good for now in here. And I already put my mushrooms on a baking sheet, and we will fill them up. Depends on what size of your mushrooms. You might need a little bit more or less stuffing. So in this example, these mushrooms are very huge, so I would put more bell pepper, I would put more shrimp and any other stuffing that you like, but I mean, this recipe for me is just perfect. So what we're gonna do now, usually my smallest mushroom that I did, this would be like a biggest one, but look at the size of them, not even, right? So I will put a little bit in each one just to make sure I have enough stuffing for each one mushroom, and we'll be editing later, like put some more if I have to. For now, we just will press kind of into the mushroom in the center, just like so. Here's the little bit hipping on the top. And usually Catherine, my little girl, that's her favorite thing to do. So I will let her to fill up all these mushrooms with my stuffing. I will preheat oven to 400 degrees Celsius, and we will cook them. For smaller mushrooms, it could be enough for 7-10 minutes. This time I'm not sure. I will have to really look how long it's going to be cooked. Just well, we will see this on the end, but make sure like your mushroom not as white anymore. It will turn to kind of brown color, and that's how you know your mushrooms are done. But before that, I kind of forgot to mention, to start fill mushrooms with your stuffing, usually I sprinkle them like right in here on my tray with a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I put stuffing just to get some more flavor into mushroom itself, because they have no, you know, spices in them. Alright, so let Catherine do this and I will be right back. And here they are. Actually was just enough of the topping, could be even more, but this is for the first time I will cook this size of the mushrooms, and this is how they look like. Absolutely delicious for now. My oven already preheated to 400, and I will put them for at least 15 minutes for now, and then I will check if I need to cook a little bit more or not, because it depends on your oven. Depends on the size of the mushroom. It will be a cooking time a little bit different. Well, see you in 20 minutes. And here they are, cooked for about 25-30 minutes, I have to say, because this mushroom are humongous. So let's see, this one stuffing came out a little bit. Let's pick some smaller one. When you cook them, there's a lot of liquid will coming out, because mushrooms are juicy, and usually mushroom will be making juice coming out from them. So I pull out from the oven and drain out water 2 times, so that way it will be cooked faster and not just boil in the water. Well, they look delicious. Let's get one more little one, or maybe big one. Let's get this big one. Here it is. Let me put this away and we will see them in the cut. I would recommend for you to let them sit maybe for a minute or two, because they are burning hot on the inside. And if you're not careful, you might end up with mouth burn, so be careful with that. Now let's try to cut this one big one, and see how they look like on the inside. They are very, very juicy, and I did not let them set long enough because I cannot wait. So the cheese is melted and juice is coming out. When you let them set a little bit longer, all this juice will be kind of settled inside of the stuffing. But for now, this is how it's look like. It's absolutely looks delicious, but it's really, really hard right now to try. Let me try. Oh, it's so good. It's so good, but so hot. It's delicious. I really recommend you to try this recipe. And if some of you don't like cream cheese, you will not know it's even here. You will not taste it. The stuffing is really, really, it's really soft. It's really hot right now, but it just melts in your mouth. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm gonna have a delicious dinner right now, and I will see you. Hot, hot, hot. It's so delicious. I will see you next time.